It's time for Quarantine Cabaret Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessack.
Hello.
It's another week. Hi, everybody.
Isn't that crazy? This is like week 12.
3 months. Lee, who would have thought? We started
That's crazy.
Little idea all this time ago, and here we are.
I love it. And you have a whole new set?
I'm not in New Jersey. I'm in a top secret bunker. No.
You escaped Jersey?
I escaped New Jersey for a little while because I felt that I work in public education and school ended, and I was like, I need to go somewhere where there's not as many people as New Jersey, far away, go to a beach, go to a pool, and just take a time out. So I'll be back in my brick wall background next week.
Fair enough. So it was a good week?
It was a good week. How are you out there in LA?
I'm good.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. We're doing all these like house projects now that, we had a flood that some of you may have heard.
Lee had a rough quarantine. Lee had rats.
Oh my God. I had rats in my kitchen and I had an air conditioning pipe crack and flood my living room.
Biblical time.
Anyway.
Famines, flood.
I'm not sure of this logic, but when you live with an interior designer, evidently this is logical. Our living room flooded, and so we're redoing the kitchen. Yeah. Anyway, so on this week's show,
it's fine.
Crazy. So, every week we have been reintroducing a track from a project that I did 15 years ago called In Good Company. It was the 10-year anniversary of my LML Music record label. Very proud of that. We produce and distribute for a lot of Broadway, jazz, cabaret, singer-songwriter artists, over 140 artists. And we're celebrating our 25th anniversary this year.
Amazing.
And so for the 10th anniversary, I wanted to do a project to celebrate that. And my goal was just to create something that sold more copies than my previous 3 albums. And so I came up with this idea to do a duets album and invite artists that were more famous than me to sing with me, which was like a wide open playing field, let me tell you. And it was so much fun. Everybody I asked said yes. People I didn't even know: Maureen McGovern, Stephen Schwartz, Michael Feinstein, Ann Hampton Calloway. Some of them I did know, but some of them I didn't know. It was fantastic. Amanda McBroom. She and I recorded like the first duet version of her song, The Rose.
Yeah. Crazy.
Anyway, so what we've been doing each week, because I realized that 15 years ago, there wasn't social media, or I think Facebook was like just being introduced. Certainly there was no Instagram. And so we have been reintroducing one track every week. And in quarantine, I've been doing that by interviewing my duet partner. We drop them every Friday, but because you're watching our show, you get to see it the night before. And then just, share the free links where people can stream it and whatnot, just because. So there's a song that I loved. It was a duet that Jane Oliver and Johnny Mathis recorded called Stay the Night. And I don't need to tell you too much about it because we cover it in our little chat. So here's my chat with Stacey Sullivan. Stacey Sullivan, it's great to see you.
Oh, Lee, Always
Really
great.
great to see you. You were one of the people on this recording who was already a very dear friend. You know, recording with you, you know, took on a whole other layer of meaning. I knew you, I know family, your kids. I mean, your kids were 7 years old and tap dancing in my driveway for me, if you recall. And I really wanted to include this song because I remember when I first moved to New York, I was going to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. I took this dance class with Mrs. Dodge, and she would do a sort of like a meditation warm-up, and we would all be laying on the floor, and she played Jane Oliver and Johnny Mathis's duet of Stay the Night. And I always loved that song.
Yeah.
I couldn't dance for shit, but I loved that.
When you said dance class, I was like, oh, really, Lee? Did you have to do that?
I always wanted to figure out how I could include that song. And so I thought, if anybody will take the chance with me, it will be you. And
Well, it's a feeling. The song is a feeling. When we perform, am I getting the audience to feel something?
Mhm.
And if I'm not, then I really should stop. I don't think I'm doing my job. So Johnny Mathis and Jane Oliver got us to feel something.
They did their job.
They succeeded. And that is the goal. I was so happy when you asked me to be a part of that, because we had known each other since my first album, 1999. So I met you and it was love at first sight. I mean, I think we met for a play or a concert, and it was fast friends.
You are one of the people that I know that really, really gets the intimate conversation in recording. Really gets it. And the stories are so connected and accessible. So I knew you had to be part of this project. I knew, and we just...
You just made my week, my 3 months of quarantine. I love the recording so much because you can hear our relationship.
Yes.
You can hear that we love each other, you know, and it's a different kind of love because it's a very sexy song. And last count, I don't think we've had sex.
No.
No. But it's a sexy song. It's hot. And it was it was so much fun to do. I mean, doing the recording, we did it so effortlessly. It was so organic. I think maybe we rehearsed once or twice, maybe once. But it was so organic. It just felt right. The minute you picked the song, and I'm a huge fan of Jane Oliver. And you've always reminded me, of course, of Mathis. So that was, making the recording was just, it was done so quickly. In a good way, you know, it was enough. We didn't need to mess with it anymore. It's honest. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes as recording artists, we mess with things too much. We start making it, because we're all perfectionists, but what is perfect?
Right.
Human is pretty perfect. You know, if it comes from the right place, and if you've done all the work that we've done, sometimes it's like, just throw it up on that wall and see if it sticks. And it has. I listened to it the other day, and I was like, I really love this recording. I love that it's just us.
Yeah, it's just perfectly imperfect us.
And there's a lot to that.
Love you.
I love you more.
Baby, stay the night, stay the night. Need you to need me.
Lee with the high notes.
It was 15 years ago. What are you eating? Are you eating soup?
Yes, I'm having chicken soup, Lee. Because you find people who make you chicken soup, you keep them. William.
So funny. The first week that we did one of these interviews, the interview ended and Robert was eating an ear of corn on the cob. And every week he has cut away to a different food group. There are 17 tracks on this album, and I know he's going to run out.
I'm like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Anyway, tomorrow there'll be links everywhere for our recording of Stay the Night. I love Stacey Sullivan. She has this incredible, stunning Peggy Lee tribute. She recorded an album called It's a Good Day. it's the most stunning show. And we were supposed to play Carnegie Hall June 1st. And of course, it was canceled. So I think they're going to do it on because it's the Peggy Lee Centennial. She turned would have been 100 in May. So I think they're going to do it in May on her birthday. So or the day before her birthday. So the last day of her 100th year next year, God willing. So anyway, we have a packed show. Our first guest was nominated for a Tony Award for the Broadway musical Rock of Ages, and he was a runner-up on the season 4 of American Idol. He's got a new album coming out that we're going to talk about. But I was trolling the interweb, and he did a tour of Jekyll and Hyde, and I stole a couple slices of the video I saw, because I have to tell you, this voice is like stunning. Like,
Sings his face off.
I've always thought of him, and everything I've heard has always sort of been like rock influence, but this is like legit brilliant vocals. So I'm going to like just play a short little clip, and then Constantine Maroulis will be with us as soon as this is over.
You better sing.
That is redunculous.
Sing.
I can't
How
hear
are
it,
you?
so I don't even know what you guys are listening to.
Oh no.
Oh no, can you hear me?
I could hear you guys, yeah. Can
You
see
couldn't
me?
hear that?
I seem like I'm very small here, but I'm on the bottom.
But we see
I
you.
think you see me good?
Is that better? There you
There.
go.
Hi. So what were you
Well,
listening to? What was
You
it,
sound fantastic. It was a little montage from Jekyll and Hyde
like a bootleg?
that ended with "This Is the Moment."
Okay.
And
Nice.
I have to say, as a singer who has sung that song, you truly made that your own. Like, you know, that's like a standard. Like, everybody knows it. It's really hard to sort of stray. You effortlessly made it uniquely your own. My hat is off to you.
Absolutely.
Well, mine to you. I have my hat on, and it's one of those days. It's like, oh, it's a hat day. It's very humid here in New Jersey. Thank you very much, first for having me, boys, and for saying those nice things. You know, Frank and I have become so close over the years now, and we have a few other titles we're interested in bringing back, and some new stuff as well. So, you know, in a way, I'm sad that it took so many years for us to kind of connect, but now we're very much linked forever. And that was a wonderful tour, very cool and bold production. We came through Broadway for maybe 10 weeks or so, too, for a limited run, myself and Deborah Cox. And
She's amazing.
Singers.
She is. Well, there was some singing. And since I've gotten to do it, actually, Bob Cuccioli, the original Jekyll and Hyde on Broadway, I think am I a little washed out here? Let me lower this light. Oh, hey, oh.
Oh, there you go.
There we are.
It looks different to me than it, you know, in preparing the shot. So, Bob, who's a dear friend, directed me in the show up in Boston, actually at the North Shore Music Theater. Great venue. I've done a few shows at, and in the round, and he directed myself actually and Diana DeGarmo. from American Idol, but a gifted actress and singer, just last year or so, or the season before. And that was really cool too. Very different production. Bob kind of brought back a lot of the stuff we cut out and with his own twist. He kind of wrote his own version of the book. So that was cool too. But
Diana was on our show last week with Ace.
oh, two of my favorite people. And if they're watching,
You were on the season right in between them.
yes. Yes.
She was 3, you were 4, he was 5.
Right. And Ace and I, she'll tell you, we are often, although we are not alike really at all, just like 2 tall, I don't know, kind of long hairish kind of guys. We're often mistaken for each other. She's like, this is my husband, Ace. This is my other husband, Constantine. And but we're, I think he's got the short hair. And now he's got like this neck kind of tattoo thing happening.
He's got a neck tattoo and his hair is short.
Well, he did that just to,
differentiate,
keep us separated.
Well, listen, I'm Jersey all day. I'm from Richfield Park, New Jersey, Bergen County. Hey,
So you are like about the neck tattoos.
And Constantine is, of course, he reps Jersey too. When said that you were coming on, I heard from every New Jersey theater person, Constantine is a New Jersey singing theater legend, and I know he reps Jersey as well.
Wow.
I do. I was actually born in Brooklyn, New York, but I grew up in North Jersey and Bergen County myself, in Wyckoff, New Jersey.
Yep. Right up 208.
Yeah, off 208 there, nice Cedar Hill.
And you've never left. You've never left.
Well, I moved back about 5 years ago to raise my daughter here. It's a beautiful community, great suburb. After nearly 20 years in the city, I still keep a place in the city, but this is home. And she's thriving in the school system. I'm 15 miles from the city. It works out really nice. So
nice.
I'm kind of into being like a suburban dad. I never thought I would be, but I'm digging it.
Well, I got the chance to see you in Rock of Ages. You're amazing. And I also got the chance to see you in New Jersey. You did a production of Hair, and you were fantastic singing.
I was the oldest, what was his name, Burger ever, maybe?
Mm-hmm. No, not at all.
I don't think so. But let's talk
I had a sweet loincloth, though.
Yes.
I was wearing no undies under there, so I went legit. There's a lot of Greek things happening. I don't know. Yeah, that was fun. My buddy Remember Jones is a bit of an Asbury Park legend over there, and he's got a great band. Anthony DeMata, and he's always like starring and producing and directing. And we celebrated Hair a couple of summers ago. That was fun. And Jim Rado got to come and see the show. I think he sees like every production of Hair, but that was pretty cool. Hair, that beautiful Diane Paulus production, the revival with Will Swenson, who we actually lost to that production. He was my original Stacey Jacks off Broadway for Rock of Ages.
Really?
And that summer they had done Hair in the Park. It became a huge hit, and then they were going to move to Broadway. So he was going to be Stacey Jacks on Broadway, but he left to do Burger. Worked out great for him. He got his Tony nomination. And we were on Broadway at the same time in Rock of Ages and Hair. Anyway, so quietly, I always kind of wanted to be in that production also at the same time. I'm like, can I be in 2 shows at once? No. So finally getting to do Hair was pretty cool.
Wow.
Great.
So you have a new album coming out like in 10 days or 20 days, right? July 10th?
Nothing like putting out a record in the middle of our country on fire and a pandemic and whatnot. I feel like great time. Oh, here he is. He's like,
it's a great shot.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's my first original record in a decade. I've been busy acting and Broadway and producing and touring a bit and all that stuff, getting to do more film and television as I get a little older. I'm like a character guy. I remember when I was like, you know, cute, young. Now it's like fat dad.
No.
You're still
No.
cute and young.
No.
Thank you. Well, anyway, so I've been through a lot, with so much family stuff over the last few years, so many changes, so much growth, and just writing just became natural again to me. It hadn't for a long time, so I had a lot to say, and we recorded this record with some of my most favorite artists and co-writers and musicians. Sam Hollander, one of my dear friends, he co-wrote High Hopes for Panic at the Disco, and
Wow.
yeah, he's huge. And Hand Clap for Fits in the Tantrums. I can make your hands clap. Anyway, so great New Yorker. We're like big Giants fans, and we connected on a single called All About You that's featured on the record. And yeah, you were showing it there, but there it is again. Hey, where is it?
Hey.
And that's
July 10th.
July
10th. It's available now for pre-order on my website, ConstantineMaroulis.com. And you can get a signed copy and a copy of my old record for free. And, some tour dates and some movie stuff. Nothing crazy, but always working,
Absolutely. Yeah. And did you work on this through the quarantine? Like, was this like how did you work through the quarantine? Like, did you stay home? Did you write more music? Like, how did you stay an artist while stuck at home?
Well, I got to be honest. I think I was really lucky to finish this before this all hit, and wrapped up a couple of cool independent films last year. I'm really proud of one that should be out hopefully in August, called Either Side of Midnight. Some actors you would recognize. Really excited about that. Roger Spottiswoode directed that, and a few other little indie films I did last year. The Fifth Borough's on demand now, and Chronicle of a Serial Killer will be out in the fall. But I was lucky I finished all the big work on this before. So it was just about kind of finishing up artwork and things like that, and the mastering and getting some printing. We did do some hard copies, even though I don't know if anyone has CD player anymore, but I hope they do. And yeah, I mean, ideally would have rolled out, a big press campaign and all of that, but it's okay. It is what it is. We're all being patient. Our community's beautiful, the music and the theater community. And hopefully people will get into the record. Hopefully it'll impact at streaming and whatnot. But, people will find it. It's there. But generally, my days were spent, teaching my 9-year-old, with distance learning. She's an excellent student. But in a way, it was nice to have that, schedule every day.
Sure.
She'd be the first one up. She'd get dressed for school. She'd sign in, before anyone. She'd sign out, last. And she did all of her work. And it was nice to have a routine Monday through Friday. So, and I got some work done, some content that we're building and such. But really, it's just been about her and kind of trying to stay patient and positive. So many people are hurting right now. And certainly our whole Broadway community. And I produce on some shows, and yeah, we've been devastated, obviously, but we'll be back for sure.
I saw you made some news because Playbill picked that up. I saw Constantine says we'll be back, and I read the article this week, and it was actually really inspiring because some of the doom and gloom, I know Lee and me talk about it, it makes you anxious and you wonder and worry, but it was a really nice and comment that you gave about the artist community.
Well, originally that was from Variety, and then Playbill picked it up.
Okay.
So no. Like when it's so funny. Like back in the day, you'd be like, "Oh, Variety, cool," and now it's like, "Fuck, I'm in Variety." Like 10 years, awesome. You know what it is, man? Yeah, I'm inspired by all my friends, by my colleagues, by you guys, by so many artists, and I know that the theater will always be there. It always has been. I'm Greek. It's in my blood. It's in my soul. We gave it to the world. So, if we have to take a year time out, and yes, some shows will certainly suffer, the ultimate sacrifice in that they likely won't be back. But guess what? There'll be another beautiful place in their place.
Yeah.
And new works, and it's all cyclical, and it comes back around, and it'll work out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, you have to, I got to change the view here because I don't want to cover your face with this. But Until I'm Wanted drops July 10th. You can pre-order it on ConstantineMaroulis.com right now.
Sign it for you.
July 10th on all platforms. There you go.
Exciting.
Thank you so much.
Crank
Stay
it up,
safe.
rock it out. It's gonna be fun. Even on Apple Music right now, my show with Melissa Errico, Our Table by David Shire and Adam Gopnik, that just dropped on Apple Music. You can check that out too. It's a live show we did at Studio 54 Below, and very cool new musical that you'll see on the Broadway soon enough.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
She is another singer. Man.
I love her. Love her. I know.
Pretty good.
Well, stay safe, stay healthy.
I'll see you around the 201.
I would like that. Look me up. DM me. We'll go.
All right.
We'll go to Kinchley's.
Pizza for spicy pizza.
Yes.
I like Kinchley's. That's a deal. That's a date.
That's where all the theater people we used to go. I used to steal the glass. I'd be like,
that's where all the cool kids go.
Absolutely.
Right.
You have to have Fradiato pizza. Thank you, Constantine.
I love you.
Yep.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the
Thank
support.
you.
Thank you for what you do.
Bye-bye. How fun. What a sweetheart.
So sweet.
Yeah. I'd never met him before.
Neither have I.
But I know so many people that know him, and I mentioned to another friend today that he was going to be on the show, and they're like, oh my God, that's my BFF. I'm like, okay, well, I never met him, but he's great. And that voice is incredible.
Amazing.
Speaking of great voices.
Yeah, you think?
Oh my God. So I have a friend from New Zealand, and we've been like social media friends for a long time. I don't know whether we met we started chatting on Facebook, or I'm older. He's not as old as I am. Who is? It could have been MySpace. It could have been MySpace, but I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that.
I don't know what that is. I'm too young.
Oh my God, the show is over. It could have been MySpace. And we, over the years, we really communicated. And then he was out in LA, and he came over and hung out by the pool one day, and then forget it. That was it. He's incredible. He's been on Broadway in Les Miserables. He's been in the West End in Australia, international tour of Les Miserables as Javert. And I think he was also a Marius in Les Miserables. He's done all the roles. He's been Fantine. Then he was Mrs. Trunchbull in Matilda in London on the West End. And he was just leaving on the international tour, but he stopped in LA for a day, and he stayed with us, and we had a fantastic pre-pandemic. We went to some piano bar. We had a great time. He's so incredibly talented, and he's an amazing singer, and he is like a makeup illusionist, literally. It's incredible. And I just want to show this little video of him doing a song from Les Mis while getting makeup ready for the show. And then he'll be on to chat with us. This is...
You are the sentinels, silent and sure, keeping watch in the night. Keeping watch in the night. You know your place in the sky. You hold your course and your aim, and each in your season returns and is always the same. And if you fall as Lucifer fell, you fall in flames. And so it must be, for so it is written on the doorway to paradise, that those who falter and those who fall must pay the price. Lord, let me find him, that I may see him. safe behind bars. I will never rest till then. This I swear, this I swear by the
Whoa. Whoa.
Hayden T. We can't hear you.
But hi, Hayden.
What?
Hi,
There you are.
Hi. There you
you can
are.
hear me now?
Yes.
Hear you now.
Hi.
Good morning.
Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay, like it didn't happen. Ready?
That's amazing.
Hayden T.
That was amazing.
Oh, bless you, gents. How are you both today?
You are fantastic.
You are.
You are
That voice.
Oh, thank you both.
So
You're very
good.
sweet.
How you can sing like that 8 shows a week, kudos to you.
Oh, bless you. This is how.
That's you.
I haven't actually opened it. I should, shouldn't I?
You should.
Welcome to the party.
My goal is 2 shows a week.
How are you doing? You're down under
I'm down under. I'm in.
He's in New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah, in the little village of 800 people where I grew up, where we have very, very slow internet, but it seems to be working okay for the moment.
Do you have any COVID?
Not in this house. Not in the village of 800 people. No.
Oh, good. But do you all wear masks as well?
No, we're completely out of lockdown now. However, there are some. I think there are 8 active cases, all in quarantine, which have come into the border. But otherwise, I mean, we're very, we benefit from the fact that we're miles from anything and anyone. It has its perks sometimes.
Well, you guys have crushed it. You guys
Wow.
have done some job with keeping safe. Us?
Oh, Jacinda Ardern's done a pretty amazing job. But as I say, it's geography helps.
Yeah.
Right. So your theaters in the fall are opening to full capacity.
Yeah. So we've got Mary Poppins is coming out in October, and there's another tour called The Shows Must Go On is coming out. So yeah, I can't believe it. I'm kind of still like, really? Is that crazy? Now you guys, I think next year it's hoping to open up again. Is that right?
2021.
2021. Yes,
Yeah.
Please. I need to get back
Crazy.
to New York and see some shows.
Crazy. You came out with an album. Was it last year?
It was, yeah. I think November last year. Face to Face. There it is. What type of face?
Look at this artwork. That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. I wanted to have something with. A lot of people said, no, don't put makeup on. Don't put makeup on for the cover. And I was like, it's my album. I'm going to do what I want.
No,
and I kind of wanted to create an abstract image of the villain characters that are on the album.
Oh,
Yeah, something a little
wow.
different.
We could stream the album. We could listen to the album.
Yes, it's on. You can get it on BroadwayRecords.com. You can also stream it, of course, on Spotify. All the usual digital locations.
Amazing. How long were you with Les Mis? How many years were you with Les Mis?
Oh my God.
Oh, good Lord. So I did Marius in the West End 2005, 2006, a million years ago when I was a baby. And then I just did 4.5 years as Javert. Australia for 2 years, then Broadway for the last 7 months till it closed, then Dubai to open the Dubai Opera House, then to London for a year, and then to New Zealand for 3 months. So 4.5 years as Javert, and 1 and a bit as Marius. Yeah. But
Wow.
I agree with you, Lee. I want to be Fontaine next. I think
Yes.
that's a great idea.
That's
I
the
think
role.
you
Always
should
wanted to
be.
Eponine. They get the best songs. And the hair.
Brilliant.
And then
I was
the role-
trying to find some good video of your Trunchbull, but I couldn't find it.
That's what I was just gonna
Oh,
say.
They're really, really strict about that. The RSC, I was never allowed to post any pictures of me in costume, nothing on any of my social media. I think they kind of have this thing where because I don't know if you've seen the show, but Trunchbull
I have.
You hear her, and then she turns around, and it's revealed, and it's kind of like, oh, it's a man. And I think even though the show's been out for 9 years now, they still like to kind of protect that reveal. I think it's a shame. I never get to show my moles and my monobrow.
That's a fun role, though. Talk about being a mean.
Did you love it?
So much fun. I tell you what, I've never worked harder in my life. For a start, I'm not a dancer. I'm barely a mover. Like walking in time with the music is a stretch.
I can relate.
We have so much in common.
Peas in a pod. And Trunchbull, I mean, she has to do gymnastics. You know, there's a jump off a trampoline into a I don't even know what the terms are called. Forward roll, somersault, whatever, landing on your feet. Throw a kid around by her pigtails. My body, some days I would literally like shuffle home and fall into an Epsom salt bath, but well worth it. The hardest roles are always the most rewarding. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Always.
Now you have you're about to start a tour.
Yes.
Yes. It's going to be all New Zealand.
It is. So yeah, because obviously a lot of Kiwis like myself have come home to New Zealand to isolate and to weather out the COVID storm, I guess you call it. So these local producers have decided, because mostly in New Zealand they buy the shows in tours from overseas that come in. I kind of left 20 years ago because New Zealand didn't really produce that much of its own content, I guess. But now, of course, no one can get in. So all of these theatres are open and looking for stuff. So these local producers have put together 6 of us cast, all from New Zealand, who have all gone overseas, done either Broadway, West End, Australia, and they put us together, and we're putting a show together, or they're putting the show together. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing in it just yet, called The Shows Must Go On. I think that's a good title, don't you?
Yes,
absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
So
I'm
one of your
excited.
co-stars in that, who I had never heard of before, but you introduced me. Her name is Akina Edmonds. How old is she not?
Never ask a lady her age.
When they're under 20, I can ask.
Akina is amazing. I've been such a fan of hers.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. She was on The Voice in Australia. I'm going to play her audition piece for The Voice. I know. And I'm looking here backstage, and I think she's there. Oh, yay. Okay, so as soon as this is over, she's going to be on screen with us. She's redunculous.
Stunning.
That's like American slang for incredible.
Incredible.
She really
all
is.
Right.
Don't need permission, made my decision to test my limits. Cause it's my business, God is my witness. God is my witness, done what I finished. Ain't no one controlling, it's kind of moment. I'm locked and loaded, my mind is open. Oh, but you got skin to skin. Oh my God, don't you say, baby, something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you.
Oh my gosh.
I love
Hi.
it. Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Gosh, thank you for having me. This is so cool. Hey, Dana.
Hello, gorgeous. Mwah.
Oh, beauty.
Have you gone blonde since I last saw you, like a week ago?
Yes.
You look glorious. I am here for it, my love.
Oh my God.
You've
Okay.
gone blonde.
That's good. This is
You've gone blonde.
Why not? It was
Why
just,
not?
you know,
Are you
my
having more fun?
yes, so much fun. Like,
Well, you don't only sound amazing, you are stunning. Absolutely stunning.
God.
I watched that clip and I was like, Kelly Rowland, turn your chair around right now. What are you doing?
I think she didn't know either. She was like, yes, girl. And then went, oh.
How was that? How was that a whole experience for you?
Oh, it was so much fun. It was just like, because they're like 12-hour days. Sometimes you're hanging out with some cool people. People are jamming, getting the guitars out, and singing their faces off, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, shit, they're all amazing. Where do I go? And then you just get amongst all of the magic. And then they're like, okay, you're on. You're like, oh, yes, yep, I'm here for something else. So, yeah, it was beautiful. Well looked after as well.
Oh, perfect. One of our very dear friends here in LA, Chris Mann, who was in The Voice, I think season 2, he was the runner-up on The Voice. He was on the show at the very beginning, like 10 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago, yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah.
In Aussie or where you guys are?
He's in LA.
Yeah.
I'm in LA. Robert is in New Jersey.
Yes.
We're covering the country.
International.
International.
Yeah.
Hayden, Lee, I talked to Akina on Instagram, which you follow her on Instagram, and I told her, we're so grateful to have you on the show because in about 3 minutes, you will be way too famous for us and you will return our call.
When I read that, I was like, this kid, how gorgeous. That's beautiful of you.
You will not. So thank you for being here.
I love it.
Now that you've said that,
both of you are above our pay grade.
Robert, I'm going to have to say, I will be returning all the calls, so you best be making them.
No.
Yay! Now, are you in the same town?
No, I'm in the same country though, which is basically the same thing, isn't it, Hayden?
Well, in comparison to LA and New Jersey, it is.
Yeah. So I'm further south. So I'm in Napier on the east coast of the North Island. And that's basically it. A bit more than
how far is that?
Well, a 7-hour drive, do you reckon, hun?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something
So
like
it's
that.
like from LA to San Francisco.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you two are going on tour together.
Oh yeah. Everyone's in trouble. Just FYI.
This is worth the price of admission.
I don't know if we're going to survive this, hun. I think
COVID's not going to take us out. It's going to be us on the tour. Like, don't tell our producers, but that's what's about to go down.
Well, you guys are going to burn down every theater you guys play.
And is this show just a Broadway review?
It is. Well, we actually don't quite know yet. We filmed the commercial last week, didn't we, darling? In Christchurch. I think it is just it's going to be a celebration of musical theatre, Broadway, West End, and all of your favourites, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about Hayden's musical theatre career. I know that you're a musical theatre actress as well.
Yes. Oh, and you know what I've noticed since being like watching you guys, Constantine, and you showing lots of Hayden stuff as well. I'm like, I need to get some of my footage. Like, I'm yet to keep up with myself and go, actually, girl, you've like got some stuff going on. Maybe get some videos.
Yeah, get out there.
What's been your favorite musical project so far?
Okay. 3 come to mind straight away. There's Lion King because of the music. Oh, ridiculous. Like, whatever. 2.5 years of that was just yum. Sister Act because it was on home soil. Got to play Dolores, and that was fun and so much heart. So for me, the comedy and the heart was just such a beautiful, feast. And then obviously Beautiful, the Carole King musical, which was my most recent one. Oh, you've got that album. You've got that creative team. I don't know if you know Mark Broody and Jason Howland, and it's just Joyce. And then from the creatives, the producers, the management team, the cast. Yeah. Oh.
I saw you in that, Akina, and I just thought you were sensational. Sensational as all. Yes, I loved it. Saw it in Melbourne. Heaven.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny. I'm fangirling for you. So cute.
We'll be fangirling both of you.
We all love each other.
Yeah.
How has your quarantine been? I guess it's been rather calm for you.
Me?
both either.
You.
What? Oh, look, I flew back from Manila. I was in Manila when doing transport when COVID hit. So I flew back via Abu Dhabi, New York, New Jersey, Vancouver. Which, in case you don't know the globe very well, that's not the direct flight. That's actually the wrong way around to New Zealand. So yeah, it's been kind of good. I like lockdown.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I've kind of loved it. How about you?
I'm doing okay. I get a little bored. I mean, you know what? This show has been a lifesaver because just preparing all the little videos and everything else and casting, getting the bookings for people. And, we're booking up like through July already because we're going to be in quarantine for a long time.
We didn't follow the rules like you guys did.
I know. We just started booking our Christmas spectacular.
Johnny live.
I mean, it's crazy. So it's something to really look forward to. It's sort of my hump day. Like most people's hump day is Wednesday, mine is Thursday, because Thursday is always a high because it's exciting and there's work to do and it's busy. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are kind of slow, and then it's our summer here. So I spend the weekends, out back on the patio by the pool. And because you've been there, Hayden. So because otherwise I sit at my desk and become a zombie, like surfing social media and reading stupid things. So I really, really, really force myself to move outside, except when I do my Peloton ride. I'm outside all weekend, and that's refreshing. It's like a little bit of an escape. And so it's been okay. But when I think about the longevity of this, and it's a little daunting because for us here in America, I don't think this is ending anytime soon. So it is daunting. It's a little overwhelming. Robert says he's going to come visit. Robert and I have never met.
Never.
What?
Are you for real? That's amazing.
I know. We're like the Oprah and Gail that have never met.
We have not met. Lee, I was recording an independent record. I met Lee. Me and Lee started talking. I texted him, was like, how are you doing during the quarantine? We FaceTimed and then we started FaceTiming every day to keep in touch from the very beginning. And then the idea came to do the show. So we have spoken every day and never have met.
I love that.
Now it's like a thing. Like now when I meet you, Lee, I feel like it's all downhill after that. This is like,
I know. Maybe we should meet. Maybe we should never meet.
No. Akina, how have you been doing during the quarantine? How have you been keeping yourself busy?
Yes and no. I think a bit like Hayden, I've loved it. I mean, I start to try and blame the dryer for my jeans being tight and then realize I don't have it.
Same.
And then, like, fucking dryer, man.
I'm so with you. I'm so with you. So then I just kind of had to be in a space of surrender to just getting fat, and it'll come off when it needs to come off. Or bigger, whatever. Don't need to be calling ourselves fat. We're way too gorgeous for that sort of talk. But I've enjoyed being back home and being with family, and I haven't been with my first cousin for this amount of time since I was about 13. And your first cousin where you sleep in bunk beds and you talk about who you're going to marry and what you're going to wear. One of my outfits had like gloves. It was horrendous. Anyway, not at all. And just reconnecting, to be quite honest. And I had to let go of needing to do stuff as an artist because so many of my friends were doing things. And well, look, I'm doing this concert and now I'm helping all of these people and things and I'm donating for that. I just went, I'm a shit human. I can't do any of this. And then went, oh, hang on. Let's just get over the expectations. Let's just stop the scrolling, have a minute, go inward and
you know that stuff that you go, oh, especially emotional stuff that you go, or spiritual stuff that you think, oh, I'll look at that later when I've got time.
Right.
And go inward. For me, it's been a lot of that.
I agree.
It's so good though.
Yeah.
I know, like I'm doing like projects that I never seem to have time to do, like you know, looking at different like investments for retirement funds and moving things around and refinancing the house and all this stuff that, you know, normal when I'm on tour and whatnot, it's just like, next month. But we have time now, so we can do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's good.
Yeah.
That's good, I think.
Yeah, and I was thinking too, I was like, well, mostly as an artist as well, there's a lot of personal stuff you have to work through anyway. So for me, I went, well, let's just make your personal work, your self-work, your project as such.
Absolutely. It's the most important one.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about you, Robert? How was yours? How is yours? How are you?
Thank you. You talk about your first cousin. I actually live in an apartment below my first cousin. So and my goddaughter's there. So it's been a blessing because we've been together. So thanks to Michelle and Dig and the girls, they're home. Like they've kept me fed and sane. And I also work in public education. So I help a lot of teachers and help a lot of students do that, as well as, you know, besides being whatever I am, this singing, acting teacher. So this show and helping the kids and the teachers have been the real blessing through it all. But I understand, I never am home, and now it's become like the new routine. I feel like I'm in a cocoon. Like I don't want to go anywhere. I'm just like, I don't know how to be around people anymore. But to be continued. The best is yet to come.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Well, listen, best of luck with this show. We're excited about that. Maybe you'll come back in September and we can like share some music from the show and everything, right?
We can zoom in from the road, can't we, darling?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh,
that'll be dangerous. I love it.
Oh my God.
When you guys are in the States doing whatever project, we will be there because you two are both absolutely phenomenal. Seriously.
Oh gosh. Honestly, and thank you for having and we've met. Like this is the first time we've met, and I'm just so honored to share this. And thanks for passing my name on, Hayden. Like how gorgeous.
Of course, gorgeous. Love you.
Love you.
Keep in touch. Keep in touch.
Legs. Have the best time.
Thank you.
How fun.
They're so sweet.
How fun.
How beautiful. And their voices, my goodness.
Beautiful.
My
beautiful.
Gracious.
That Hayden is amazing.
She is such a...
No, that's Akina. Hayden is him.
I'm thinking Hayden T is got one of the most beautiful voices, musical theater voices. And Akina is gorgeous. Is gorgeous.
Good save-ish.
Gorgeous.
They are amazing. They're amazing.
They're amazing.
Yeah. It's a very different world living down under, as it were. It's very different.
They're so close to their their community and family. They're like
But Hayden is really like, I mean, he's done the Broadway, the West End,
he's a musical theater star.
Everything. Yeah, he's amazing.
Star.
Wow.
12 weeks, Lee.
I know. Do you want to tell everybody what's coming next week?
Yes. And firstly, one of the people who never misses a show, it's been 12 weeks, Amy, she's one of the teachers I work with. It's her birthday today. She writes me every week, and I promised I'd say happy birthday to her on the show.
Happy birthday, Amy.
Happy birthday, Amy. Thank you for watching, and love to you and Todd. Next week, it's like a little Hamilton reunion in the sense. Amber Iman, who Lee knows, I know, she's a Broadway star. Her voice is
amazing.
Gorgeous. She started a Broadway advocacy group with Audra McDonald and all these big, and she's going to be on the show, as well as also from Hamilton, George Washington in Hamilton for years, Brian Terrell Clark and Robert Ryder. They've created a clothing line called Indefined. They're the shirts that you see that say hate and they're crossed out, fear and they're crossed out. The money goes to arts education in New York. They're going to come on and talk about that. And James Harkness, who plays Paul in The Temptations, Ain't Too Proud. He is one of the Temps. He's been in Motown the Musical and a bunch of musicals on Broadway. He'll be here too. So it's another packed Broadway extravaganza show.
I love it.
Like Lee said, we are having this show more and more people.
I love it.
New.
Fantastic. Who are we?
Who are we? Man, I got to find a lot more foods to eat.
You what? That's right.
I got to find more food.
Fantastic.
Wait till me and Lee's duet album.
Huh?
Wait till our duet album together. Songs to quarantine to.
Right. I love it. Well, thank you all for joining us. This is always a joy. Literally makes our week. And I guess Melissa Manchester is going to be on soon.
Okay, listen.
Listen, I took a screenshot.
We were in the pre-show, the red carpet event. We were in the Instagram live, and we're just casually talking. And listen, I'm in New Jersey minding my business. I'm not in LA like the glitterati that is Lee, right? At the Ivy.
I'm very glitterati. Very glitterati.
So all of a sudden, Melissa Manchester pops into our and I had a full fan moment. I literally was like,
you would have thought that Barry Manilow was on the phone.
If Barry Manilow was on the phone, there'd be no show today because I would be resuscitated on the floor. But Melissa Manchester, my father and mother, we listened to her greatest hits. We saw her at the Mayo Center for the Arts in Morristown, New Jersey.
Well, she clicked on to our Insta Live, and so I will be calling her tomorrow and getting her on the show.
Listen, I don't ask for much. I don't want a birthday present. I don't want a Christmas gift. I just want
yes, you do.
Yeah, my address is...
Who are you kidding?
This show does cost us money every single month, and I hate to ask you guys, but if you have a buck or two...
Okay, that is a segue if I ever heard one. But if you want to, you can help us pay for the show. There's all the information right there.
We appreciate it. We promise you.
Thank you so much. We get the loveliest messages on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot. People saying that, they look forward to this hour of just levity and joy and whatnot. And that's the whole reason we started this. And I'm so glad that that's working. And we love it. And we're glad you love it. And if you have suggestions of who you want to have on the show,
besides Melissa Manchester,
send us a message and we'll do the best we can. And I don't know, it's been great. It's been 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
12 weeks. That's
Happy
insane.
12 weeks.
Right? It's insane. Crazy. Well, stay safe, stay healthy, wear a mask.
Yes.
Just wear a mask.
Just wear a mask.
That's all. That's it.
And Lee, I appreciate you. Thank you as always.
I appreciate you. Have a safe trip home. It's a long drive.
I'm ready. I'm back. I'll be back in Jersey next week.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
It's time for Quarantine Cabaret Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessack.